Well, there's one more thing on the ruck rule. Spoke about Darcy Moore before. Is there a world? We can't afford to lose Darcy Moore as a key defender now because we've got no one to go back there. But is there a world? And this hasn't happened a lot in the AFL, but I saw Chris Scott sort of play with it a little bit last year in the first half of the year with Sam De Koning, where Sam De Koning would start as the number one ruck, and then when he needed a rest, he would push back and he'd become that floating intercept defender, as opposed to most of the time the resting ruck would either go on the bench or play forward. Is there a world? This might sound crazy. Is there a world where Darcy Moore, now that the leaping ruckman will be back because of the new rules, is there a chance that he could be our second ruck, but start as a CBA ruckman? Because I reckon the leaping game, he'll be better at that than say a Darcy Cameron. Can he be a CBA player? Darcy Cameron starts as a defender, but not playing your traditional defender, just as a loose man, and so if we lose the clearance, Darcy Cameron could hopefully be there to intercept it. The moment the CBA is over, they switch. And Darcy Cameron becomes the ruck around the ground. Darcy Moore basically plays as a defender. It's not something that you've really ever seen, but the game changes, doesn't it? And there's
Yeah.
always a coach that does something first. And like I said, Chris Scott kind of did something, but not to that extreme. Could fly.
Uh,
The great mind do pull something like that because that would be a very interesting move.
well, it won't be an example of him having a great mind or him be an example of just taking an idea from somebody else.
What,
But
me?
well, Chris Scott.
Oh
Um,
no, but no, Scott didn't do it to that effect. He didn't start his number one ruck in
yeah,
defense.
yeah, I'd say no. I'd say, like, as you know, I'm keen to get. I've been keen to get more out of the back line for literally years. Um, and we touched on it last year, at the end of last year, saying, well, why can't we have more as our centre half forward, second ruckman? It's similar but different to what you're saying. So
Yeah,
he's our centre half forward and he's our second ruckman. I don't see what huge benefit we're getting. So the benefit you're saying is that he's a better leaper at the centre square than a Darcy Cameron would
yeah,
be.
yeah.
So that's where the benefit that's where we derive the benefit. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's significant enough to take the risk of being caught out in the back line potentially.
But if Darcy Cameron's there,
Yeah,
it would only
yeah, I
be
know. Yeah.
for 20 seconds. Darcy Cameron, if he can hold up for 20 seconds and intercept it, which we know is his strength, then we could be okay.